But up top here, we have a couple storage bags that have the instruction manual, a torque wrench, and a USB stick for exporting and exporting data and updating the system firmware. And then we also have some calibration certificates that will apply for each individual sensor module. And then on the right side, we've got a bag for the sample hose that wraps up nicely and fits in there. So we'll pop that out here and show some of the different functions. Here on the front, we have a sample hose port and an auxiliary storage port. So the auxiliary storage is if you want to store more than 2 to 3 samples at a time, you would plug in a gas recovery bag, which we have as well. There's just a little hose that connects up here and then runs out to a bag, and the gas will dump into that bag. Underneath this compartment here on this panel is about a football-sized internal gas recovery bag that the gas dumps into for each test. And so the way that it works is the sample hose will plug in right here on the front of the device, like this. And you just pull that there's a little collar right here, you pull that back, or you can just push it in like that. Quick connect, pops right in. So the gas will come in from this side of the hose. Typically you'll hook this up to some switchgear, a circuit breaker that has a gas compartment filled with SF6, and you can adapt to it using some of the different adapter fittings that we have here. So this is a DN8 fitting, and we also have a larger size DN20 here. So basically you just hook this onto the end of the sample hose like that, unscrew your cap, and then hook it up to your gas compartment. Prior to doing any of that, we usually like to tell customers to pull a vacuum on their hose to remove any residual gases that were left over from prior tests. Maybe the device has been sitting on the shelf for a while and you need to pull a vacuum on that hose and just get everything cleared out. So basically the way this works is the gas comes in through this hose from the circuit breaker, from the gas compartment, goes in through a manifold here, a regulator steps the pressure down, and then underneath these modules is a little manifold, and a solenoid will open up for each sensor module. Gas runs kind of in and up through the sensor and then out to our gas recovery bag internally here. And then whenever you're done with the test, and you need to either pump the gas back into the circuit breaker or into the gas compartment that you're testing, the gas is pumped from the internal bag through a little compressor out back to the gas compartment that you're testing. So on the front top here, we have communication ports. Those are more for internal debugging and troubleshooting for us internally. A USB port that would be for either updating the software or also exporting the data that you capture for each test. And you can upload that to an Excel file on your computer, or a text file on your computer, and see all the data there. And as far as the physical